In Sweden, in the 17th century, there was a queen challenged by the same conflicts that challenge many women today. Her name was Christina, and in an act of great resolve, she abandoned her throne to live her own free life. Now, in Sweden, Liv Ullmann is portraying that determined woman in a film called The Abdication.
I, Christina, sovereign of Sweden, do hereby abdicate my throne.
Liv Ullmann lives in Norway, outside Oslo. She too is a woman of determination to break away from traditional roles and live by her own rules. She tells how she prepared for this new part.
Of course, always if you do a part which is historical, you have to read your lesson about the person you are going to show on the screen or in the theater. I did read a lot about Queen Christina. Many books are written about her. She is actually, to me and to many others, the most interesting queen besides Cleopatra, which has ever been. But all the books are very different. Everybody has their theory about what was her secret, why did she abdicate, what was her life like. And in the end I found out I have to find out what I believe and try and show my version of Queen Christina.
To play opposite such a powerful character, a strong actor like Peter Finch was needed. It is to him, as Cardinal Azzolino, that Christina must first prove her desire to convert to Catholicism.
Have you ever examined a queen? Does the prospect disconcert you?
I assume you're mortal.
Come, Mazzolino. Let's start the day with some good French wine, and I will tell you the story of my life.
I want to hear the story of your life without French wine.
Not even a little sacramental sniff. What do you want from me?
Seriousness and obedience.
Anthony Harvey, the director of the film, is impressed with her abilities.
She has an incredible thing that an actress, that is fascinating for me anyway, that she changes so swiftly in terms of mood and almost acts with her skin. You know, it's a curious kind of like Signore and Magnani that she becomes beautiful and quite plain in one shot, and has that extraordinary thing here, you have wonderful capacity for changes of mood.
Christina was torn by her feminine nature and her queenly duties. Liv Ullmann films the woman's dilemma with a palace captain.
What you want, isn't it? I'll never be a woman. For all your
The company continues to shoot in Sweden while Miss Ullmann performs at the same time in an Ibsen play in Oslo. Uncalled for the movie, the actress travels from the theater to Colmar to shoot in an impressive Swedish Renaissance castle. Here, sequences will be played out that depict Christina's dramatic abdication and release from her duties. The company films Liv Ullmann joyously racing into the fields in the open air and sunlight after Christina's decision to give up her throne. To recreate the Vatican as it existed in Christina's time, Academy Award winner Terry Marsh uses the Royal Palace in Italy. The palace is one of the architectural wonders of Europe. 17,000 square feet of beauty and luxury built for the French Bourbon kings when in Rome. And it was to Rome that the Swedish queen fled to further scandalize her strongly Protestant native land by her wish to convert to Roman Catholicism. For some of these scenes, the architectural beauty of the Italian setting is duplicated by the enterprising craftsmen of Pinewood Studios in England. When they're finished, it will take an expert to detect the differences between the Italian actuality and the Pinewood fabrication. Now on these sets, Liv Ullmann, Peter Finch, and the director prepare to film the climactic moment when the Cardinal challenges the Queen's sincerity.
this, you are the harlot of the Northern Hemisphere.
How picturesque.
In this, you are a man in disguise.
Unlikely, but possible.
Why did you give up the crown?
It was too heavy.
Why did you never marry?
I'm allergic to gold rings.
Why did you become a Catholic?
Contraband to class.
Well, I keep saying, and at the risk of being boring, that I only wish that all lady actresses were like her. She's not only a marvelous actress, but she has to be super character with wit, and she's a great sense of humor, and I would just like to make another 20 films with her.
You tell me of your greatest fault, now I will tell you mine. My fault is that, despite years on my knees, despite all the teachings of the church, despite the sacred trust of this uniform, despite all these things, I do love. And what is worse, I do not think it is a sin, I do not even think it is a weakness. I do love, I do want, I do desire.
You desire me.
A movie company is taking great pains to dramatize the personal and religious relationship between a man and a woman that took on heroic proportions. She was a queen. He was a cardinal about to ascend to the papacy. But their basic conflicts and decisions were the same that men and women must face even today. The movie company is filming Liv Ullmann and Peter Finch for The Abdication.